What's up, guys? So a few people messaged me saying that 18-inch arms as a natural is just gonna be impossible doing it lean. Forget about it. And I actually got a few messages. My arms are 16.5. A lot of people were like, well, you know what? 18-inch, forget it. You're not getting it. And that's the problem of naturals in general, is that we're limiting ourselves so much. We have this idea of the natural limit, the peak natural. Oh, I can't get bigger than 17-inch. I can't get bigger than this size of quads, this size of chest. And then we're just limiting ourselves. We believe it so much that we don't want to push ourselves to do more. All right. I really believe that the more you put in, the more you'll get out. But to a certain extent, of course, I have a little formula that I'll share with you where a natural can kind of peak. But in terms of size, my quads are pretty big, and a lot of people, when they see my quads, they're like, are you really natural? Because they're so huge. Now, if you want to know something that I believe about the peak of someone being natural in terms of body weight to the size, to the height, it would be the same centimeters in pounds. So let's say you're 170 centimeter, it would be 170 pounds. All right, so I'm 170 centimeter, 163, 164 pounds. So I still have a good 6 pounds of muscles to put on to be peak natty. That would be the peak natty at 8, 10, maybe 12% body fat. So six pounds of muscles can easily go on my arms, probably a bit more on my hamstrings, on my calves, on my glutes, and 1 pound of muscle can make a big difference on the look. All right, so don't neglect that. Don't think that, well, you know what, 18-inch arms is just impossible, so I'm just not gonna do the work. No, just let's break those standards of natural bodybuilding and always keep pushing for more. And then if I can do 18, well, I'll reach 17.5. But now I'm at 16.5, so there's no point in limiting ourselves. Of course, I'm not saying I'm going to be 230 pounds lean and go on stage and compete with people that are enhanced and do the Mr. Olympia. No, but I still believe that having 18-inch arms as a natural is possible. And it would be a very, very peak goal, kind of. But it's possible. Don't limit yourself, guys. And I want to do it just to prove everybody that we put ourselves a lot of limits as naturals, and we kind of force our mind to stop our progress because we're like, you know what, that's the peak natty, because we've never seen a natural surpass it, because we're like, oh, well, I'm natural, I can't compare myself to someone that is enhanced, so I can't bench more or I can't get bigger. But trust me, there are naturals out there that maybe are not famous on social media but are pretty huge, pretty big, pretty strong, and it's just because their mind is not comparing themselves to anything out there, or whether enhanced or natural, and they just do their best. And when you just do your best and you don't compare yourself much, where you'll be like, keep going. But then if you compare yourself to someone else that is natural and you're like, well, he's a natural bodybuilder and that's how he looks, so there's no way that I'll be surpassing that because he's a pro natural, you're already limiting yourself, and your mind will make your body believes it, and then you'll just stop whatever you feel like you're limiting yourself. All right, so don't limit yourself, guys. Don't limit yourself, push for it. And like I said, the formula of body weight for pounds depending to the centimeters of your height, well, follow that. All right, what's your body weight now? If you're 150 for 170 centimeters, well, you're far from being peak natty and you haven't reached your natural limit. A lot of people say, well, I've reached my peak natural limits and I can't grow anymore. False. You're not training hard enough, you're not eating well, or maybe you're not recovering good, or something's happening that is stopping you from progressing, and it's not because you're natural. Don't use natural as an excuse, and don't limit yourself. All right, that's pretty much it. Don't limit yourself. I used to know a guy who was a strong man, and he used to trick his mind. He was natural, but he used to trick his mind that he was enhanced. That's what he told me that he used to do. He used to compete in powerlifting, and he used to trick his mind that he was enhanced. And guess what? He was breaking every single record because his mind was so powerful, and he believed that he was like Superman. That's what he told me. He's like, I believe that I can just break the wall. And next thing you know, he's lifting those crazy lifts. So the mind is powerful. Don't limit yourself. I do believe 18-inch arms are possible. Now I want to say I'm 5'7". So someone that is 6 feet, it's gonna be a lot harder to fill out that frame. All right, and that's why the measurement can't be. It's not because I have 18-inch arm and you have 16s that I'm better. I don't have 18, but let's say, all right. It's also about how tall you are. Someone like Andrew Jack, he's so tall. He might have more muscles than Nick Walker, but Nick Walker looks so much fuller because he's shorter. All right, so guys, the message of this video is don't limit yourself, and it's not because you're natural that you'll use that as an excuse to not push. All right, so keep pushing, try your best, and break the natural limits, break the natural standards. Just because we've seen someone do it and we think that that person that did it, I don't know who's the best natural bodybuilder ever. Who is it? We don't know, because we've never seen someone that did something outstanding as a natural, you know, so we don't have that kind of goal to look up to. But for enhanced, well, plenty of great enhanced bodybuilders that kind of give that something to work towards. But as naturals, someone builds a bit of muscles, they bench 2 plate, they squat 3 plate. Well, I've reached my natural limits. No way, you haven't. That's it, guys. Let's go for it. And I don't want to hear the negative, or not necessarily negative, but people that don't believe they can. Because whatever you believe, if you don't achieve it, well, you'll achieve something that's better than nothing. All right, so that's it. Reach for the stars, and whatever it is, you know, reach for the moon, you'll end up in the stars or something like that. But yeah, makes sense. Just gotta believe it, man. Just gotta believe it and go for it. It's like me, my YouTube, almost 4,000 subscribers. Well, I could have said I'm nobody, who's gonna listen to me, but there you are listening. It's growing slowly, but it's you believe in it, you go for it, you have a goal, and you keep going. All right, so don't limit yourself, natural or enhanced. Keep going. Limiting beliefs do affect us a lot more than you think. So try your best to not have that voice that's telling you you can't, but rather have the one that's telling you you can and you will do it, and work toward it. See you guys soon.